154 for 8 as South Africa slip further in this test match after they won the toss and opted to bat. We thought they'll get the best batting conditions. Actually, no. The scorecard defies everything that is there because you had scored 103 runs. You lost 3 wickets. But then in the second session, you managed only 51 runs and you lost 5 wickets. There were questions, was Mohammed Siraj rusty? No, he wasn't. He picked up 2 wickets with the old ball. Old ball, reverse swing, we know that it will come into play here. Jasprit, Bumrah, absolutely breathing fire with that 1 wicket. He could have gotten a 4th, but the ball was just moving down the leg side. A brilliant Yorker that he bowled to, if I'm not mistaken, was it to Viren, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah, the one that he
had to dig it out.
Yeah.
It was a brute of a Yorker.
The one that he didn't manage to pick a wicket on, but was a very, very good delivery. Yeah, it was to Viren.
So, Corbin Bosch departing just at the stroke of T, 154 for 8, Harshit. Advantage lost by South Africa, and do you think now India are totally bossing this game?
Absolutely. After the first session, Siddharth, you thought that there is something here for South Africa, and in fact when Mulder was there at the crease as well, you thought that maybe South Africa could rebuild because they had lost a couple of wickets, but they'd also scored in excess of 100 runs in the first session. So they had a foundation of sorts. What they needed was to build on it. However, in came the Indian bowlers with their tails up, and everyone who was given the ball, I think, managed to pick up a wicket, barring Ravindra Jadeja, who's yet to pick a wicket. Washington as well, not a lot that he's managed to bowl. However, just the 1 over for him. However, Mohammed Siraj has to be the story, I think, for India in this second session. It's a man that you often speak of wanting a challenge, wanting to make a comeback. He didn't have a good start at all, leaking runs all over. But with that relatively old ball, it's not very old yet, but just relatively not so new now. The ball with which Siraj was bowling, and yeah, the man was breathing fire. I heard on comms Harsha Vogle point out that he's just worried if Siraj is getting enough breaks in between, because he was in the middle of a 6 over spell, but on the other side was Ravindra Jadeja, who was completing his overs inside 4 minutes, and that's not enough for a bowler who's bowling full tilt with the high intensity. 4-minute breaks are often not enough, but it was just so good to see Mohammed Siraj with his tail up and be bowling the way that he did.
I mean, 6 over spell. This time it was a 5 over spell for Jasprit Bumrah at the very start. 6 over spell, but that previous 6 over spell where he went for, I think, 34 runs. Next 6 over spell, 2 for 13. Absolutely breathing fire. And again, reverse swing, when you look at it, there's no better proponent than Mohammed Siraj at this point. Axar Patel, I mean, you've got 2 bowling machines in Jadeja and Axar Patel who wrap up their overs in 1 minute if you look at it. So, this spell, if you look at it, 5 by the pacers, 3 by the spinners. When you look at how the Indian bowling has shaped up. But India are playing only 2 pacers. South Africa are playing more pacers, barring a Kagiso Rabada, who I think might not play the entire series because of that rib injury that he suffered. So,
Can I just take a moment to take your attention away to something else that's happening in the country too? I do want to know from you, Siddharth. Of course, in background of what we're seeing in Kolkata happen right now, not too far away from Kolkata is a state that voted. So tell us, given what we're seeing on our screen right now, is it the South African team you see finishing closer to 200, or definitely the NDA crossing 200?
I will be surprised. See, South Africa batting till number 11, okay, today. Keshav Maharaj can bat. But right now, at this point, when we are doing the live, the ruling party has got 199. Yeah. Okay, it's fluctuating between 199 and 200. Will they cross that? I don't think so.
Which is why I asked you a tough question over there. Are they crossing 200, which is something they'll be very boisterous and happy about? Or do you see South Africa getting to 200? What do you think chances are higher of happening?
Higher of them finishing higher. South Africa are, I think, not going past 200.
Ooh.
I don't think so, because see, the way how this has panned out, you're getting a new batter in Simon Harmer in soon, okay? Yeah. You've got only Tristan Stubbs, unless Stubbs manages to do something out of the ordinary. And we do know that India does struggle to bowl the tail out occasionally. But it will take something supreme for South Africa to go past 200. It has taken something supreme for the situation in Bihar to be what it is at this point in time. I mean, this is unprecedented. But with South Africa falling for under 200 in India, it's not unprecedented anymore.
Let's, now we've seen two sessions on this surface. What is it that you make of the pitch? There was a lot of talk in the lead up to this test match about the pitch. The Indian team on the eve of the match wasn't sure whether to go with 2 spinners or 3. They've gone with 4. Yeah. Talk about confusion, or there be no confusion at all in that decision. But seam, what is it that you saw more of?
I mean, if you look at it, let's look at the dismissals. Okay, for Markram there was a bit of extra bounce, but then that's first day. You will get that much of carry. But some deliveries from the spinners kept low. If you look at Tony De Zorzi's dismissal, it skidded. It was the zip that Bumrah got. Kept a bit low. I don't think so. Was a normal delivery at this point. Kuldeep, I mean, the shot that Vian Mulder was playing, I mean, I'm sorry, that. And on top of that, the cardinal sin of reviewing.
Yeah.
Okay, when it was stone dead.
The visitors have been awful with their reviews.
Exactly.
Awful. There was no need of that review that was taken by Tony De Zorzi. There was absolutely no need of the review. That was
I think by Viren, if I'm not mistaken.
Taken by Viren, who was trying to... no, Viren was still okay, Siddharth, I felt. Because,
it was pad first.
Pad, yeah. That was... I think what Vian Mulder was also like a no-brainer of sorts. You shouldn't have gone ahead and taken that. Again, all reviews being wasted, I would say.
I think
by the visitors.
Pitch, when you look at it, some deliveries are keeping low. But has it alarmed the batters? I think it was more of the short selection that you're looking at and poor application. I think the Indian bowlers played to their skills. You knew that there would be reverse swing considering how the nature of the wicket is. It is a bit dry, so it will be abrasive. So Siraj did get reverse swing. Let's make no mistake about it. He was getting some swing. There has been some good carry. I think you will see a dust ball emerge from end of day 2.
That's a day earlier than what many had thought.
Yeah, I think because see now,
any reasons why you feel so?
I think you're not going to water the pitch. There's not going to be anything. You didn't water the pitch 1-2 days prior. So I think it will be slow crumbling. And I think with the way how the sun is beating down on the wicket.
It's not that hot though.
Yeah, 27, 21. Okay, but see, I think you will see a slow crumble. And I think instead of the third day, first session, you may see it on the VRs of the second day when you look at it. Anyway, see, India will be batting at that time. And South Africa, now if you look at it, they may have blundered with only 2 spinners. You've got only Simon Harmer and Keshav Maharaj. You've got a Corbin Bosch, you've got a Marco Jansen, who are spinners. When you get pacers at this point in time, Vian Mulder is also pacer. 3 pacers, 2 spinners. And I'm like wondering, okay, what do you do? What do you do at this point in time? But South Africa have frittered away the advantage totally. And that is why now 52 overs, 154 for 8.
Could they have done better? Is this a wicket on which after 2 sessions you would have lost 8 wickets? Or are we just discrediting the Indians if we say this is down to poor application from South Africa?
I mean, see, look at Mulder's shot. Wasn't needed. No. It was a reverse sweep. You want to attempt it, okay. When you are batting with the tail, I can understand. But you got a top order and you got batting until number 10. How on earth was that shot merited? Okay. Tony De Zorzi, we know he has been struggling with form. He was not in good form even in Pakistan. White ball, he's different, but with red ball, he's not at it. If you look at the skill, I mean, Viren's dismissal and Jansen's dismissal was down to the pure skill of Siraj. Okay, that any batter would have struggled at this point in time. So, I am complimenting even the skill of the Indian bowlers, but I'm also questioning the application and the shot selection of some of the South Africans. Especially Mulder. I mean, come on, there was no need for the reverse sweep. De Zorzi technically came in very late, so that's why he got out, beaten by the pace. Viren, skill, Marco, skill, Bosch. What do you expect a number 9 to have that application against spin? So yeah, it's a combination of both India's skill, South Africa's very poor shot selection, with the pitch having to do very little. Let me be very honest about it. Pitch having very little to do with it. So I think it's good that you've gotten a reality check that, see, I think we are safe to assume this won't be a 5-day match. It will either be a 4-day match, or if South Africa spectacularly implode in the second innings, it's a 3-day match. Now India's mantra will be that once.
So given what you just said, no way do you see India lose this match.
No. Unless, see, for the first time in history of Indian cricket, 93 years later, you are seeing 6 left-handers. You got a Jaiswal, you got a Washington Sundar. I don't know if he'll bat at 3. He was slated.
He was slow. Yeah. I saw that graphic by the host broadcaster.
They might. So, okay, you got a Jaiswal, you got a Sundar, you got a Pant, you got a Jaddu, you got an Axar, you got a Kuldeep. 6 left-handers, 5 right-handers. So, how much workload will Simon Harmer take? And South Africa anyway frittered away the advantage at the toss by not picking your best spinner who had done well in Pakistan, in Senur and Muthuswamy.
Yeah.
He got a 5-wicket haul.
That was a big sort of a headline. I was sort of stumped when I saw that they hadn't gone in with a 3-pronged spin attack, something that everyone thought would be the case with South Africa. Also because you had gotten success in Pakistan with that three-pronged spin attack. Yep. So I wonder what. See, clearly the two teams have
the conditions.
Exactly, have a different reading of the pitch, and we see that in our sport happen quite a few times. And there's one team that looks foolish by the end of it. As things stand, give it, and you know why I was, so Kuldeep was brought on, if you ask me, a little early than I thought, and when he was getting that hint of turn, I was like, okay, here we were told that there could be pace on offer, there could be something for the pacers, nothing for the spinners per se. For the first couple of days, only day 3 towards the fag end were we being told that this pitch could begin to crumble, but there was a hint of turn for Kuldeep as well, so much so that Vian Mulder shot came for a reason, I felt, because pressure, and you could see that the ball was already spinning a bit. Now we know how batters work at times. I think he got a boundary as well playing that shot earlier on as well, so he was just tempted to go for it again. But batters so often tend to go to these cross-batted shots when you're not able to make full sense of what's happening, what is it that the bowler is throwing at you. It's often get out of the jail shot as well. Exactly what you saw, and there is some turn on offer, so maybe as things stand, it does look like the South African team will have egg on their face by the end of this test match, because there is already turn on offer.
Exactly, so that is why, look, 49, or in fact it was not 105, it was 49 for 5, so that is the thing. Yep, it's been a terrible session, and I think this is where the session completely shifts to India, the advantage. Now it is up to the batters to ensure, please capitalize on it. I think that is what they'll be doing. I think they will bat once, bat big, and then the second innings just run roughshod in that sense. So that is the thing. But again, look at how many overs did a Sundar get. Look at how many overs did an Axar get.
See, there was bound to be less overs for one of the spinners for sure. If you're playing 4 spinners plus 2 seamers, then definitely there is going to be one bowler for sure. There could also be a chance of there being a second bowler who doesn't get to bowl a lot, depending on how as a unit you perform. And it had to be Washington Sundar. Till now, again, you don't know if he gets a couple of overs, and he managed to pick a couple of wickets, like was the case, I think, in that T20 series as well, where the ball was just tossed to him and he ended up picking those couple of wickets. Don't know if that's going to be the case. If I'm Shubman Gill, I'm perhaps just sticking with my pacers, because there was some very good rhythm that Mohammed Siraj had found. Jasprit Bumrah, who's looking like the Jasprit Bumrah of the old. Why I say of the old is because he's just been a bit rusty in the last couple of months. The Asia Cup also, he was a bit rusty, I remember. But today, he looked a man possessed.
I mean, see, I was never ever concerned about Bumrah. I mean, the guy is a different beast in red ball cricket. I mean, even in his peak, he will take, even if he's not at his peak, he will still take 5 wickets for fun. That's what Bumrah's quality is at this point in time. Red ball, I mean, I won't be surprised if he holds on to his fitness. He gets to 300 test wickets pretty soon. He's on 230 at this point in time. He needs 70 more. He can, by the end of the 2027 cycle, maybe get to 330, 300 wickets.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You'll need this whole 27 cycle at least.
Yeah, see, you are playing one more test plus you'll be now playing in August. This is the last of the 2 tests that you're playing here. Then basically your home cycle, you'll have only 1 series remaining.
Then you'll play 2 against New Zealand,
2 against Sri Lanka away,
2 against Sri Lanka, so that's 5.
and 1 against the BGT.
Yeah.
BGT Australia are coming here. So that is going to be very interesting. But I think Bumrah at this point in time, I think he's preserving himself in white ball. I think what he'll do is when it's time, okay, I have to go full tilt, ICC event, he'll go full tilt. All these bilaterals and all, I think he's just, okay, let me not give myself 100%. He'll be giving 100%. In his mind, he'll be saying, let me not exert myself too much. Plus, new adjustment to the role. Gambhir had pointed out, like, I think us bowling Bumrah 3 overs in the power play when no one's ever done it in the past with him. That's an aggressive move, according to the management. So, it helps them in the power play, it helps us. So, I think he's adjusting to the new role also. 3 straight overs in the power play. So, see, now he will have this. He will not play the ODIs. He'll then play the T20Is. And then he'll play the 5 T20Is against New Zealand, heading into the T20 World Cup.
Okay, since we don't have a lot of time before we get into the comments, very quickly, your prediction, Siddharth?
See, you're not crossing 200. South Africa not crossing 200.
So, we're coming back live shortly.
We will be back live shortly. And India, I think by the end of the day, should be 2 down. For about 70, 80. If Jaiswal gets off to a flyer, then it's 100. If Jaiswal gets off to a flyer.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Give me your score for South Africa.
175.
They're at 158 right now?
154.
154.
154 for 8. 175 all out.
So, giving what, 27 or
23, 21 runs more.
21 more runs. Okay, I'm going to go with 168.
168, okay. So we are both in agreement, they are not crossing 200.
Yeah, looks like it's the NDA today.
NDA today, okay. So yes, we will be back shortly for the innings.
Do we have a couple of questions that we can take, Shivam?
Yeah, that is what Priyanshu is like saying. Rabada would have been lethal here. India, great bowling effort indeed. I mean, it's a superb thing. Freaking awesome. 2 pacers have bowled 24 overs, but 4 spinners have bowled only 28 overs. Unnecessary extra spinner misread the wicket too. 5 proper bowlers are enough. 6 bowling option tests are luxury. Even despite that, India are still in an advantage. So, what do you do then? That's not a... Then that means you have not misread the wicket. That means if you're still having an advantage, you're on top because of the team.
Yeah, so that no way can you be bowling 4 spinners. Let's be honest, there are 4 quality bowlers. I'd just say probably Washi being the weakest of them all, but the others we've seen them ply their trade too often in Test cricket. The regulars.
Those ranked turners against New Zealand. You played Jaddu. You played Kuldeep in 1 test. You played Ashwin and Washi.
Yeah.
At that time also, did you play 4 spinners? New Zealand series.
So that there's just so much cricket happening at the moment. It's difficult to recall. So just so very difficult to recall.
Yeah, so Bumrah 5 wickets.
He's what, 2 away,
2 away. And he's got 2 wickets.
I think he'll be stranded at 4 maybe.
Okay. See, Stubbs is a solid bat. But then I don't know what Harmer, Keshav
can also hang around.
Yeah. But I think we are coming back very shortly for the innings break.
Okay, then you let us know your thoughts in the comment section. And what is it that you will... Do you think it's already advantage India in this test match? And perhaps you're looking at a 3-day, 4-day match. Yeah. Whatever it is, you let us know your thoughts in the comments. We'll be back when this particular South African innings comes to an end. From Siddharth and me, bye-bye.